more dainty feet. But it was a pleasant service, and you never know what to expect. Sometimes the vicar even says something worth listening to. But he went over his time on Sunday, 3.5 minutes. I was looking. I tried to give him the nod, you know, to catch his eye. But he didn't seem to notice, sadly. He was saying that we shouldn't sit on the fence. I thought, well, vicar, even sitting on the fence might be more comfortable than sitting here. But he must have read my mind, because the next thing he said was, we shouldn't get too comfortable in church. I said, well, there's no chance of that, is there? You'd exactly fall asleep in these pews. But I didn't complain. Although reclining seats would be nice. Miss Charlene Mason sang on Sunday, I will not pass this way again, much to the obvious delight of Gone. And that's another thing, the music. Gone is the church organ. Now they have drums and violins and trumpets, and the occasional electric guitar. Next week they'll be jumping up and down in the aisle, I should think, doing the old mashed potato. They'd probably invite Elvis. But they're nice people. Very friendly. You get to know their faces. Same people every Sunday. And some of them, although I don't know this personally, you understand, but I've been told, some of them even go back for the evening service. What these people get up to on a Sunday afternoon, I wouldn't know. Obviously they're sinning so badly that they've got to go back again in the evening and repent all over again. Well, there's no other explanation for it, is there? Well, it's either that or the free slice of pizza they get. Yes, they have new ideas nowadays. Very modern, you know. Not like when I was a little girl. In those days, the vicars looked like I remember my minister had the most beautiful long skirt and a lovely crisp white blouse with all this embroidery around the collar and more jewels than Elizabeth Taylor. Nowadays they wear jeans and caftans and flip-flops. But the vicar does his best, bless his little heart. He's got an uphill struggle with some people in that congregation, I can tell you. Last week, he spoke about sin. Sin. What's that got to do with me, I thought. But I was polite. I nodded every now and again by way of agreement, just to encourage him, you know. Although it's quite clear to me that he knows something about somebody in the congregation. I'm not one to gossip, so I couldn't even hazard a guess as to who he's talking about. Yes, he said that we should be real. He said it didn't matter what thinks about us. It matters only what God thinks about us, not what other people say. He said the inward was more important than the outward appearance. Well, I said to him after the service, I said, Vicar, I said, I hope you're not alluding to me in that category. He smiled and scratched his eye a little bit, the way that he does sometimes. Well, you could turn up at my house any day, any night, and I would be exactly the same. There's absolutely nothing false about me at all. I don't know what they teach them at vicar school nowadays. Our vicar says that we need to be born again. Born again. Good heavens, why don't they stick to the Bible? I like it. And there's so much happening at that church. They've got committees for this, meetings for that. So much so that they publish a little brochure. It's called the Church Bulletin. It's a good thing it's printed because some of those people have got heads like sieves and couldn't remember a thing if it wasn't written down. Not that I'm referring to myself, of course. My memory is as sharp as a razor. Now, what was I going to say? Oh yes, the Church Bulletin. I haven't read it myself this week. Let me just have a look now and see what it says and you'll get the idea. Ah, here we are, look. The Church Bulletin. It's a very handy thing to have, especially if you live a busy life like me. This morning's sermon, Jesus walks on the water. The sermon tonight, searching for Jesus. Monday, the weekly weigh-in for the Overeaters Club watchers will be held on Monday at 7 o'clock. Please use the large double doors. The ladies of the church have cast off clothing of every kind. They may be seen in the basement on Friday afternoon. And this is most important, ladies. Ladies, don't forget the rummage sale. It's a chance to get rid of all those things around the house that are not worth keeping. Bring your husbands. The youth group, I told you it was a busy church. The youth group will be presenting Shakespeare's Hamlet in the church basement on Friday at 7 o'clock. The entire congregation is invited to attend this tragedy. The forthcoming fasting and prayer conference will include meals. The low self-esteem, I didn't know they had one of those. The low self-esteem support group meets this Tuesday at 7 o'clock. Please enter the church using the back door. And finally, the thought for the week. Don't let worry kill you off. Let the church help.